For thousands of years, some of the most powerful people on Earth wiped with a stick. Right now, toilet paper sits in almost every bathroom in America. Nobody thinks about it. You grab it, you use it, you move on. But this soft little roll took humanity nearly 6,000 years of civilization to figure out. And the reasons why are stranger than you'd think. Let's go back to ancient Rome, because Romans actually had a public bathroom solution. Long stone benches with holes cut into them, side by side, no walls between users. Next to each hole sat a stick with a sponge tied to the end, soaking in a bucket of salt water or vinegar.
Here's the twist. That sponge stick wasn't personal. It was shared. Every single person in that public bathroom used the exact same sponge, rinsed it, and passed it to the next person. Doctors today would have a heart attack. But it gets weirder the further back you go. Ancient Greeks used pieces of broken pottery called pessoi. Some historians believe people would literally write their enemy's name on the pottery piece before using it, treating the bathroom as one final insult. Wealthy Chinese royalty in the 6th century had it slightly better. They used silk, actual silk. But peasants and everyday citizens? Corn cobs, leaves, or whatever was lying around outside. So why did it take until the 1800s for actual paper to enter the picture? Paper existed for over 1,000 years before anyone thought to use it this way. The answer isn't about hygiene. It's about class. Paper was expensive. For centuries, it was reserved for writing, record-keeping, and books. Using it in the bathroom would have felt like wiping with money. So people kept reaching for corn husks, leaves, wool, sand, seashells. And in colonial America, one surprisingly popular option: old newspapers and almanac pages. Then in 1857, an American entrepreneur named Joseph Gaiety introduced something nobody had ever seen before: individual sheets of paper, specifically manufactured for bathroom use, medicated with aloe, sold in packages of flat sheets.
Here's the part that gets left out of most history books. It flopped. People were too embarrassed to walk into a store and ask for it. Newspapers were free. Corn cobs were free. Why pay for something you could get for nothing, especially something this personal? It took another 30 years and a completely different approach to finally make it stick. In 1890, the Scott brothers packaged paper on a roll instead of loose sheets and made a critical decision. They didn't put their name on it. Retailers could brand it however they wanted, which meant stores felt comfortable stocking it without the awkwardness attached to the Scott name directly.
That single decision is arguably why toilet paper as we know it finally caught on in American homes. So, the next time you grab a roll without thinking twice, remember you're holding the end result of 6,000 years of sponges on sticks, silk for royalty, corn cobs for everyone else, and one entrepreneur who was simply too far ahead of his time. If this surprised you, there are hundreds of everyday objects sitting in your house right now with stories just as strange. Subscribe, because you're never going to look at your bathroom the same way again.